So Trinidad and Tobago, welcome to Real Talk. Remember, every night we always encourage you to share our live stream on Facebook, on YouTube. Remember, go into your phone, on your tab, on your computer, on your Facebook now, your account you're going in, type in the search bar, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like, share, same thing with YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. We always encourage you to do that. So viewers, remember you're viewing the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Real Talk Credit Union Information is also encouraging you to set up a shares account with us. Real Talk also has 4% on fixed deposit. Viewers, remember that the highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago presently. Real Talk, we are also a money lending company. You need cash borrowed, not a problem, we can assist you with that. As long as you have some form of security for us to hold in return, not a problem for that. I'm also a spiritual consultant, viewers. You need spiritual work done, you want to get a little checkup, not a problem, you can contact me. Numbers are on screen, viewers. So remember, our office open from Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. San Fernando office 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can contact any one of our offices via these numbers from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Remember that, viewers. You can also contact me, you can WhatsApp me. My number is there for the public. So, very soon we're going to have Real Talk Wrecking. It's going to fall under Real Talk Equipment Rental. So hopefully now, about a week from now, viewers, Real Talk Record Service will be available to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You have a crash vehicle, you're looking to wreck it, not a problem. Your vehicle shut down somewhere, you can contact our office and you will get a wrecker. But that will be launched probably someday next week or in the coming week. Nevertheless, Real Talk is expanding. So viewers, those of you, we have business in Guyana too. Those of you businessmen in Trinidad wants to go to Guyana, you want to set up business, it's not a problem. Contact me. I could get company registration, whatever it is you need across there. Looking for land. Remember, Real Talk does real estate also. So we up the Caribbean. We up the Caribbean. We are doing business in Guyana, viewers. So you want to go across and set up? You want to set up shop? Not a problem. Contact me. I'll get land for you to buy. We'll get your business registered. We'll get an account open in the bank for you. And you're good to go. I'm a businessman. We'll talk doing business local, regional, and international. Very soon we're going to have banks up the Caribbean. Have a little patience, step by step. So, as we start our program tonight, despite a warning from the Minister of Finance, its impending implementation, neither the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, TNTEC, nor the Minister of Public Utilities knows exactly when the public will have to pay more for electricity. This is because the Regulated Industries Commission, RIC, is still in the process of completing the price review process for TNTEC. TNTEC General Manager Curtis Franco stated that the RIC has to submit the final report to the government and then they will indicate to the RIC whether that time comes for the determination to put it into effect. Francois did not want to speculate on any possible timeline, but said whatever is a recommendation and approved will be implemented soon after. Minister of Finance Colin Membert, during his 2024 budget presentation, explained that TNTEC could not even pay for natural gas at current rate, and this cost the natural gas company over $500 million yearly. Compounding, that was a debit or debit of $1.4 billion owed to TNTEC by the state, which was revealed by Minister Gonzalez. In May of this year, Franco added that the final determination from the RIC may have already been in the Minister Gonzalez's hand for approval. So viewers, seeing that TNTEC is costing them $500 million a year, and at one point in time they said up to 68% could be added on to the current price that you are paying, which means they're going to raise the electricity rate by 68%. So are they now trying to cover that $500 million from the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Are we going to be held ransom? The government is owing TNTEC. RIC wants to implement a rate increase for us, the citizen. Is it to cover the bill that government office are owing TNTEC? Does everything have to come down to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago paying bills that's supposed to be paid by the government? Government office using electricity. Are you going to tell me the Minister of Finance, Colin Membert, is going to refuse funding to pay their bill that they are using? Are they going to pass that down to the citizens? Well, when that bill comes down to us, that increase, let me tell you something, everything in Trinidad is going to increase. WASA is going to be following close by. That was also indicated. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. So it's bills after bills after bills. What do? Pay bills That's all we could do. RIC made public its proposed changes to the increase rate. In December 2022, the increase rates from 15% to as much as 64% for residential customer based on kilowatt consumption. My mistake, it wasn't 68, it's 64. Not far, not far. Commercial customers face percentage increase ranging from 51% to 63%. Since then, the RIC has held 15 consultative talks throughout the country. People who have participated fiercely rejected the move, saying the cost of living was already high. So how many people now are going to buy generators? How many persons now are going to try to implement solar panel? Let me tell you something. If you introduce solar panel in your property, you know you don't need TNTech again. You don't. In Barbados, that is what they are using, solar panel. Some household in Barbados, they already cut their current or electricity bills. Solar panel is the way to go for them. One investment and that's it. That's it. So are we going to do the same thing here? We don't know. Let's wait and see. So we're moving on to Al-Rawi and tax now. Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Minister Faris Al-Rawi have stated that commercial property tax is not yet on the table. So me saying this now, viewers, ask yourself, how many individuals or ministers have commercial vehicles in commercial building in Trinidad and Tobago? Remember, they are putting things in place so that they would not have to pay tax. Remember when Coleman Bird was building his rental apartment building? Before that building was completed, he went to Parliament. He went to Parliament and said those individuals who have multi-story dwelling apartment buildings will not have to pay tax. Coleman Bird got away. Why? Because he has a building. He has a building. It's a rental apartment building. He brought a parliament, a declaration in the parliament. He brought laws in parliament. He brought legislations in parliament just to make sure that he don't pay tax. But you now, the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, wants to tell me now, Coleman Bird working for me. That is what you want to tell me. You want to tell me, Saieed, Minister of Finance, working for you. He working for me? Or going to pay residential tax just now? Hold on. Al-Rawi said, while the Minister of Finance will reveal the specific date of the commencement of the property tax, it will definitely be before the end of September 2024. He said, commercial property tax is not on the table, but residential property tax is. And it's all local government. So commercial property is not there because Faris, they have commercial property. Mbert have commercial property, but they're not paying tax. They're not paying tax. Who paying taxes? The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago in their 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom house. Your government working for you? All well and good. I am glad to hear that. So why are they not paying taxes and you have to pay it? Why? Give yourself a little tap on the shoulder. So all of you who say outside you're bashing PNM, which one of those ministers paying tax? Are you exempted? No, you are not exempted. You have to pay tax in order for they to have everything that they need while you catching your nanin. So don't call and say, Saieed, you only bashing. No, I'm trying to open your 2 eyes on your head. And I'm trying to open your ears so you will see and you will understand. Now, the minister noted that Section 10 of the Property Act was amended so property tax is assessed by the BIR but collected by and received by the local government authorities. Al-Rawi said that each corporation will receive millions of dollars extra, which goes directly in their pockets. Will you hear that? If they're going in no account, it goes directly in their pocket, and they spend it directly into communities under public procurement laws. Listen to this.
Municipal Corporations Act reform was bedded in a bill which we passed last year. Section 10 of the Property Act was amended so that property tax is assessed by the BIR but collected by and received by the local government authorities. That is on track for this year, so that each corporation receives tens, 20s, 30s of millions of dollars extra, which goes directly into their pockets, and then they spend directly into the communities under the public procurement.
We're going to see how that will go. Now, following Finance Minister Colin Mimbu's announcement that the police service recruit intake will increase to 1,000, Al-Rawi was asked whether he had also advocated for an increase in municipal police recruitment. However, he said the municipal police recruitment have already been increased with the manpower at 831. So are they going to increase? No. Just TTPS is going to pull in officers. So viewers, it's that time now where we highlight Friends of Real Talk or wanted individuals by the Real Talk group or Real Talk Finance Department or Saieed Ali. We have friends to highlight. So we have Vinu Dipchan, apartment 4, Light Pole 76, John Street, Shogunas in Montrose. Vinod is owing Saeed and refused to pay. So now Saeed is forced now to offer $10,000 to any individual who brings this car, PEA 578. It's a white Toyota Aqua. You find Vinod, you find the car, you bring it to Saeed, you get $10,000. We're moving on now to Narissa Mohammed, who last known address is P.O. Box 56 Pasture Extension Road in Tunapuna. Narissa also borrowed money and wants to duck and refused to pay. The Saeed now is paying $10,000 to any individual who could find PDZ 8917. It's a red Toyota. You find Narissa, you find the car, you bring it for me, you get $10,000. It's that simple. And we have Raquel also. Raquel Bain Sozano, La 3 Solomon Street, Maya Road, last known address. She also borrowed money from me and refused to pay money. And just remember, Raquel in Protective Service, I'll let you know. She's an individual who running on bandits. She running on bandits and she sell bandit me money and gone with it. They could say spoiling their name, that's their business. That's their business. But for an officer, you're not supposed to be setting an example as that. And that is why I go highlight you. You want to say spoiling your name? Come to court. And ask the magistrate now, why did you take my money and run and duck and hide? You go ask the magistrate that. In the meantime, I will continue doing what I'm doing. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, our Dodo Head Minister of National Security says the police and the army already securing construction site after some bullies demanded money from a contractor after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now, seeing that we are heading in hard time, and those of you who have your finance put down and it is not growing, it's not growing. Remember, your bills are increasing, but the money you're saving is not increasing. So you want to earn cash? You want to earn cash? You want to make more money? Make an investment into Real Talk, where we pay you 4% per year on an interest that you will be invested into Real Talk. Remember, I'm a licensed money lender. I know how to make money. So if you want to make money, contact me 339-1670. Set up a business meeting and you can make money, or contact my office at any one of those numbers. Tell them you want to talk to Saieed and we will do business. They'll give you a date and a time. Come down to the office and you'll meet me. You want to make money? Now I'm going to tell you something. In order to make money, it cannot be sitting down in Republic, Scotia, FCB, or any other bank. It cannot be making money sitting down there. I invest money in to make money. So if you want to make money, remember I'm a licensed money lender, you know. I'm a licensed money lender. I lend money to make money. So if you want to make money, viewers, you have money to invest, contact me and make money. Contact me and make money. So, as we start off tonight again, remember I'm a spiritual consultant. You have a problem? Contact me. We'll set up a date and a time and we would meet. So, National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines said, Hines have stated that military force are already collaborating with the police to secure construction sites. The minister spoke in response to calls by the president for the joint Consultative Council, Fazil Khan, for military force on construction site to protect businessmen from criminal elements seeking to extort contractors. I stated that it is sad that some young men have decided that crime must be their business model and they must rob to earn a living. He said he expects the laws of Trinidad and Tobago and the law enforcement to move swiftly and forcefully. And as Minister of National Security, he is aware of what is happening. So if you are aware of what happened in Trinidad and Tobago, how in God's name you taking so long to function? Is your brain the brain of a 5-year-old? I'm asking you, you is an old man here out here. Is your brain is of a 5-year-old? It's slow to process? I'm asking. Every day some sort of criminal activity taking place on innocent citizens. And you want to tell me you know what is taking place? But you can drink some dial or something, eh? The minister said the military and the police have collaborated to fight crime for decades, and the police act swiftly once a crime is reported. We understand that the army, the defense forces working with TDPS. However, he added that the police are not always given the assistance they need to apprehend criminals. Oh, good, well, I'm glad you know that. Heinz, I am so happy that you know that. So when are you going to fix the problem now? With your 5-year-old mind thinking strategies? Or is it that your mind is of the mind of a 60-year-old, like our commissioner, who failed to bring successful plans to the table for TTPS to act on? Is your mind like the mind of a 60-year-old? Already ready to retire? Heinz said different type of criminal require different type of policing, and noted that if the current suit of legislation did not properly address the issue, it will have to be addressed in Parliament. So while Heinz talking about that now, I want to ask Heinz, the officers that they move from fraud squad, when are they going to reinstate fraud squad officers back to fraud squad division? Heinz, I want you and the Minister of National Security to answer that. How many fraud squad officers do we have in Trinidad and Tobago presently investigating fraud? About 20 officers? Call it good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead.
Program as usual, man. I missed you for a week, but nice to have you back on the
Thank
program.
you.
Mr. Said, anything that comes out from Heinz's mouth is what goes into the toilet. This man feels he could use big words
Correct.
and fool people. Nothing makes sense what he is saying. And I am disappointed that the opposition didn't question him about fixing the issues in the police service. First, you want to recruit 1,000 recruits next year to put in the police service. Everybody, citizen of this country, I want you all to be aware of this, That is to employ earlier 12 grandchildren, 25 godchildren, and all the executive godchildren, the outside children, and the nephew and nieces, not the people who deserve to be in the service. So what is going to happen? You continue from the recruiting stage to put people there who just go there for a job. The interest is not solving the crime. The interest is not making this country a better place as what you are doing everything to make this country a better place. They go, the Minister of National Security, Heinz, should say, boy, first we have to clean up the police service. Clean up the gangs, the mafia gangs in the police service before we move on and recruit people and recruit the best. Say we're going to publish this and let every citizen apply. I want the citizens of this country, you and all these other talk show programs to keep an eye on this, We want to see a good reflection of the national anthem with that 1,000 recruits are going and take. Every creed and race find an equal place in this country.
Correct.
Mr. Said, God bless you and your staff. Keep up the great work you are doing, Mr. Said, to make this country a better place.
Thank you, my friend. The government will spend an additional $401 million in fiscal 2024 on salaries to beef up manpower in the fight against crime. This injection is to cover the cost of 1,000 new police officers and provide financial incentives for specialized unit, which was announced by the Finance Minister, Colin Imbert, during the 2024 budget presentation. The government will be given $80 million for the acquisition of new vehicles, which will allow the police to have more community patrols and to give citizens a greater sense of comfort, isn't it?
An additional allocation totaling $80 million has been included in 2024 for new vehicles and equipment for the police, over and above the allocations in 2023. This additional sum will allow the police to expand and establish more community patrols to give the police greater presence and visibility within communities and citizens a greater sense of comfort. Let me repeat, we are giving them an additional $80 million for new vehicles and equipment to expand and establish community patrols to give the police presence and visibility within communities and citizens a greater sense of comfort.
Now, viewers, Imbert stated that at the top of the crime fighting agenda is equipment, or equipping law enforcement with the state-of-the-art tools and accelerated level of police training will improve police performance. Listen to this.
Since we assumed office in September 2015, we have sought to contain and combat serious crimes in our country. At the top of our crime-fighting agenda is equipping law enforcement with state-of-the-art tools. In addition, accelerated levels of police training improve police performance. We envisage that crime and public order would be effectively addressed within this framework, and public confidence in law enforcement would be appropriately enhanced.
I want to let you understand something. Recently, a businessman, a contractor, a criminal gang leader in Trinidad demanded money from him. And hence the reason why Hines brought out that statement that the police and the army will be collaborating together to put securities or police officer or army officials at construction sites. Now listen to this. Dwayne Gibbs. Anybody remember Dwayne Gibbs? They want to implement finance minister, national security minister, right? This is Dwayne Gibbs. Remember, he came to Trinidad a couple years ago. He was assigned as the commissioner of Trinidad and Tobago a couple years ago. You know what he said? Dwayne Gibbs said, it's because of the award of contracts to criminal gangs and criminal elements, individual in Trinidad and Tobago, it has caused a surge in criminals and gang leaders demanding money from contractors. Dwayne Gibbs said that. Now, Fitzgerald Hines now is telling us that the Army and TTPS is ready to be on site where contractors now are doing contract work for the government.
Not forgetting the boss.
Imagine that. Imbert stated that at the top of the crime fighting agenda is equipping law enforcement with state-of-the-art tools and accelerated levels. You don't need tools to hold a gang leader. You don't need tools. You need productivity of TTPS. There will also be a revamping of the coastal and ravine patrol unit. They have recognized the need for greater border security. Imbert allocated $15 million to TTPS to set up the unit at the Carnage police station. Imbert.
A further sum of $15 million has been allocated to establish a riverine police unit at the Carnage police station. This sum is for the design and construction of a jetty at Carnage and for the acquisition of up to 10 fast and nimble inshore vessels to patrol our major rivers and inshore areas, which are areas of criminal activity. In this exercise, the police will collaborate with the Coast Guard.
The president of TTPS Police Social and Welfare Association, ASP Gideon Dixon, has stated that it was a budget for his officers. We're going to wait and see how this plays off. So viewers, we have the wanted individuals of Real Talk. We're going to highlight them once more. Let me tell you something, I'm doing this, you know. I want their names to go public in Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody must know. They must feel shame about themselves. I'm going to tell you something. In 4 or 5 years of me being a licensed money lender, this is the first time individuals like these wants to play mad for Saieed. First time. So we have Vinud. $10,000 is being rewarded to any individual who could find this car. The Toyota Aqua. And also we have Narissa. You know what is more hard than getting your name shown on TV? $10,000 I'm paying any individual. PDZ 8917 Toyota. Anybody bring this car for me, it's $10,000 you're getting. I don't care how you bring the car. Bring the car. Also with Rochelle. Rochelle Ben Sozano, Sullivan Street, Mayaro, last known address. You see, Rochelle feel that I don't know she was up in Mayaro. You understand? She feel I don't know that. But I'm going to tell you something. Come back to me, director. I'll tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. We're going for a short commercial break just now. It's one thing to owe money, but it's a next thing to run and duck and hide, especially when you're dealing with a man like Saieed. Because your picture will go public. You, neither a lawyer, neither a magistrate, cannot stop me from doing what I am doing. You know why? I have license to lend money. I have license to lend money. I could take up to police, or I could go myself and repossess these vehicles, you know. I am a licensed money lender, I don't need a bailiff for that. I don't need a bailiff to go in your property and pick up what you have. But you see with me now, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I will give you the benefit of the doubt. So imagine you're working in the army, you run along bandit and you take my money and go with it. You are no different from a bandit. You are no different. And when, let me tell you something, when reality hits you and people realize what you're doing, your own friends and family will look at you different. So we are going for a short commercial break, viewers, but when we come back, we're going to hear Kamla residents backs Kamla call to review marijuana law after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
So welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Remember, I'm a spiritual consultant. You want to see me? It's not a problem. It's not a problem. You could 339-1670. Set up a date and a time and we could meet. Remember, if you want to make extra money, it's not a problem. I'm a licensed money lender. You want to do business with me? Not a problem. You want to make money? I can show you how to make money. I can show you how to make money. And if you want to borrow money also, it's not a problem. You can contact me. So viewers, as we start back our program tonight, opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa called to the government to review legislation allowing marijuana usage has been echoed by residents of several locations who blame it for secondary smoke respiratory problem. So I want to ask these residents and them, out of curiosity, right? Out of curiosity, before the marijuana legislation, which the Attorney General passed, those who were smoking before, how you call that those smoke? I want to ask you a question on national television. Because opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa called to the government to review legislation allowing marijuana usage. Now, has been echoed by residents in several locations who blame it for secondary smoke respiratory problem. So those individuals and them who smoking cigarettes, what type of respiratory problem is that? What kind? That's second, third, fourth or fifth degree smoke. I want to hear the residents say something because it came from Kamala. Kamala said residents are reaching out to her. So when your grandfather smoke in your house, what grade of smoke is that? When the mother and the father smoking in the house, cigarettes and not marijuana, what grade of smoke is that? I want to know. 2386716. Somebody say something. Prasad Bisasa made a recommendation in her response to the 2024 budget reply. In a list to suggest to deal with crime, she said there is an exponential increase in marijuana usage and addiction among teens and young adults. Let me tell you something. Whether the law pass or it pass, they're still smoking. They're still smoking. She stated that her government gave this country's youth laptop to learn while government gave them marijuana. Kamala, come now, man. Oh gosh, man. That's where you gonna throw it in the public domain? Huh? You gave them laptop to learn and they were still smoking marijuana. They were still smoking cigarettes. They were still drinking rum. Who write your script when you said that? Which one of your advisors or assistant wrote that script to give you to say? So because now Saieed pushed for legislation of marijuana. Remember when I was pushing for that? Because imagine you're 15 years, they catch you smoking marijuana. You go before the juvenile court. You know your name going down in record for smoking marijuana, and there's a stain in your character. So we try, as Saieed now, who is full of knowledge, try to prevent this. Because I will tell you something, some of all the parents know all the 14 and 15 year olds smoking marijuana, they're smoking cigarette, they're drinking rum. I try to help out the situation, so when police hold them now, and they go before the magistrate, it wouldn't go down on record. That is what I did. Who blaming your son for smoking? Saieed? No, I didn't give him it. Before the legislation, there was ducking and hiding. And there are hundreds of thousands of reports before the magistrate that 15, 14, 13, 12, 10 smoking marijuana, and it spoils your character. When you pull a COC, oh, so you went before the magistrate for smoking? Well, you can't get this work. I try to help that. But then again, common sense, not everybody have that, you know. Not everybody have that. Call her good night. We go run the video after. Call her good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Long ago, most of the young people didn't know about marijuana, and the people was to smoke cigarette and live real, real long.
Correct.
Look at nowadays, how much of them dying because of what they're smoking. God won't know. But which doctor in the world ever tell anybody swallowing smoke and inhaling smoke is very good for you? Not even sell cigarette smoke, but less marijuana smoke. That is all.
Thank you, my friend. Now, she stated that her government gave this country's youth laptop to learn, while this government gave them marijuana. Oh, listen to this.
What is most concerning is that this budget for 2024 ignores the realities of facing citizens. The brutal, violent crime crisis was mainly ignored. The government fails to understand that there can be no prosperity without safety and security. There can be no prosperity without safety and security. And in this regard, the budget is irrelevant. It is irrelevant because even as I speak today, even as we are here comfortably ensconced in this chamber, talking highfalutin talk about the economy, some innocent citizen will be robbed and murdered.
Trinidad and Tobago. Kamla. See, that legislation, I push for that. I push for that. When the former Attorney General was here, got it passed for a reason and a purpose. And today it is serving the reason and the purpose. Now, staying on Kamala, there can be no prosperity without safety in Trinidad and Tobago, but the government in 2024 budget has completely ignored the reality of the national brutal violence crime rise. You know, play that. All right. Now, you heard her said that, right? Now listen to this. Citing nationwide concerns on the issue, she also noted the Chief Justice Iva Archie, who spoke of the increase in murder. Prasad Bisasa said the Finance Minister did not address any tangible new plans for the crime crisis and added that there are more murder annual than good local songs, bright interventions, and trophies. Listen to this.
In our country today, there are more murders per year than good local songs. There are more murders per year than bright inventions. There are more murders per year than good paintings. There are more murders per year than concerts. There are more murders per year than gold medals that we win. There are more murders than trophies. Murders made in Trinidad and Tobago are more popular than cultural events, it seems. Murder has become more popular than culture. Indeed, murder and pain every day are the new cultures of Trinidad and Tobago. Blood is our culture. Pain is our culture. Everything is pain. Everywhere is pain. Everybody is in pain. And everybody is in fear.
Now, viewers, Kamala is listening to the budget, but I didn't believe that she didn't understand what Colin Embud was saying. The government will be given $80 million for the acquisition of new vehicles, which allow police to have more community patrols and give a greater sense of comfort. Now listen to this first video, right? Video 1. Listen to this video.
An additional allocation totaling $80 million has been included in 2024 for new vehicles and equipment for the police, over and above the allocations in 2023. This additional sum will allow the police to expand and establish more community patrols to give the police greater presence and visibility within communities and citizens a greater sense of comfort. Let me repeat, we are giving them an additional $80 million for new vehicles and equipment to expand and establish community patrols to give the police presence and visibility within communities and citizens a greater sense of comfort.
Two politicians. One, the Minister of Finance. The other one, the leader of the opposition. I just played for you Trinidad and Tobago. What Colin Mimbut said. He's going to pump $80 million into the protective service. Kamala said she heard nothing about fixing crime in Trinidad and Tobago. Give the jacket who the jacket belongs to. Who holds the dirty end of the sticks? We, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You know why? When both of them stands in parliament, we listens to them. And we clap and rant and rave and salute both of them, while you feel the brunt of it and I feel the brunt of it. One throwing $80 million into protective service, the next one says she didn't hear that. Imagine that, eh? I just played the two videos for you. So when politicians up on Hyatt and Radisson's and Hilton enjoying themselves while one pumping, one saying they may hear nothing, we the citizen jumping for which party? And at the end of the day, what the party do? Page 7. Police Commissioner Earl Hayward Christopher has commended the work of homicide investigation for bringing charges against 3 men who are suspect in the 2 sets of unrelated murder. Hayward Christopher said the charges were the result of intense throughout the investigation. She noted that the work of the officer was an example of police and their very best, and lauded the investigator for their commitment and duty. Let me tell you something. Ula hand up again to say, Ula can bring a plan to the table. So she commending the officers and them is something I have been doing for 5 years on national television. TTPS already knows that the Commissioner of Police cannot bring a plan for them. They can't. And the officers of TTPS knows that. They know that. So you think them go and listen to this thing who commending the officers? On Real Talk, the officers getting commended internationally. And internationally, the viewing public understands that our Commissioner in Trinidad and Tobago of Police can't bring one plan to fight crime. Can't. It has been proven in her first 100 days. I will tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Before you get the portfolio of Commissioner of Police, before you get that title, remember, you were a police officer before, eh? You were a police officer before. You probably spent about 40 years in the service. I know at what age you enter. But to be chosen as the next Commissioner of Police, you have to be high up in rank. And being high up in rank and can't bring a plan when elected as the Commissioner, it tells me, what were you doing being an officer? I don't feel like foolish. It's 6 different languages I just talking, 6 different languages, Imagine that, eh? That's where we reach. Oh, hear this now. Protest in Greenville. The residents of Greenville Cedars are calling on WASA to explain why they have not received pipe-borne water in 2 weeks. Residents blocked the road to highlight their frustration on Saturday night and continue this morning near the WASA treatment plant. Look at this. Look at that. Near the water treatment plant, they had to block the road to get water. 2 weeks now, see just they get no water.
Carcass residents come out on their numbers to do protest, they block the road and they are fed up with the water situation. They are waiting on WASA officials and also other officials to come and address them this morning.
Now see just ain't get no water. They're complaining. But WASA wants to increase. WASA wants to increase their monthly rate to us as citizens, but people can't get water. Look at that. There are big protests. And how far? Not far from the treatment plant. And 2 weeks now they may get water. Where Gonzales? You see, this is the kind of thing now that ministers need to go down in the community and find out how best can we serve you. How best can we serve you? You think ministers going down there? No, ministers not going down there. The only time you will see a minister in the community is when time to vote. That's the only time. Whether you want to hear it or not, I'm telling you. That is the only time. The only time. But it's easy now. It's not easy in Trinidad. That's what we get. We get a backlash of ministers not viewing our community. So when I was telling earlier now, we move on to security. When I was telling earlier what Dwayne Gibbs say, all I feel I was joking. Former Commissioner of Police, Dr. Dwayne Gibbs, he owned doctorship, Dr. Dwayne Gibbs have stated that the award of government contracts to gang leader fueled the records on the number of extortion he observed during his tenure from July 2010 to 2012. Let's talk now. Say something now. He commented on the issues following a report on a multi-million-dollar business created by gang members who demand money by menace from small and medium enterprises across the country. This is where a Canadian Commissioner of Police came to Trinidad. He became the Commissioner of Police to our Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and this was his review from 2010 to 2012. What? Well, come now, man. Let's say something now. Let's say something now. What about we local commissioners of police? What them saying? What them saying? This man coming to Trinidad and Tobago, did his observation and left. In an interview with a contractor, detailed his oral and provided recordings of an alleged gang leader demanding $30,000 a month for his company to ensure that his family and work shift were not attacked. The gang leader is CDBS? I don't know, I'm just asking. Responding to the question about the increase in extortion, Gibbs said the crime had been a challenge for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service for years. He stated that extortion in many forms, not just crime perpetrated against business owners, were occupying in TNT when he was here. This is what he saw here. He said when he was there were drugs and gang leaders extorting neighborhoods and individuals to do the work needed to satisfy the government contracts that the gang leaders have been awarded. So if a foreign police officer who the government brought to Trinidad and Tobago saw that, what did the Minister of National Security do? What did he do? What did he do? Now he is telling us now the Minister of National Security is telling us now that the army is ready to be on construction site. The army and the police now are ready to be on construction site. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines have stated that military forces are already collaborating with police to ensure construction sites are safe. That is what the bloody hell Minister of National Security now telling us that. All you think it easy? Say something now. All you go say nothing now. All you go say nothing now. A foreign officer came into Trinidad and Tobago and saw this from 2010 to 2012. What do we have today? Is contracts still being awarded to criminals? Richmond. Eh? You think criminals are still getting contracts? Ask yourself that. So what is preventing now Fitzgerald Hines now from coming out into the public domain now and telling us the citizens that gang leaders are no longer getting contracts? I just had to put the iceberg for you. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but a run of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30. Until we meet again, don't allow those in authority to bully you. Good night.